Hey engineers, it's Talia and come along with me to my manufacturing processes lab where today we are sandcasting. We started by placing our pattern, which was a cat, into the casting frame and dusted it off with baby powder so that it wouldn't stick when we remove it later. Next we packed the sand, which is one of the most important parts. We sifted the sand over the pattern with our hands and then packed it down layer by layer using a rammer. We thought everything was going smoothly until we realized we forgot our riser, therefore leaving us to start all over. Yay! Without a riser, the molten metal can shrink while cooling and leave defects in the final casting. This time, we made sure to include the riser and repeated the same process. We filled the mold, packed it down carefully, and struck the top off so that the surface was level. After that, we flipped the mold over and removed one side of the frame along with the divider. Next, we repeated the same process on the other half of the mold, this time building the sand on top of our pattern. Once both halves were complete, we carefully separated them so that we could begin cutting our gating system. This is where we created the fill hole, removed the pattern, and carved channels to connect the spur, runner, and rise to the mold cavity. These pathways allow the molten aluminum to flow into the mold while also letting air escape. After making sure everything was smooth and perfect, we put the mold back together so that it was ready for the metal. Cleaning up wrapped up day 1 of our lab. The following week, molten aluminum was poured into our mold, and once it was cooled, we broke open the sand, cleaned the casting, and cut off the extra metal. And just like that, our pattern turned into a real aluminum part. Thanks for coming along.